What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review. And today, we're taking a look at something very special. We are going to be taking a look at the brand new, brand new Pokemon Select Jazwares Zapdos and Lucario. Damn. These, I didn't even know these were out, bro. I didn't even know these were out. Lucario looks a little too big, but we'll talk about that in a second. And Zapdos looking a little too small, but we'll also talk about that because, spoiler alert, I don't care. I'm just happy to get super articulated Pokemon figures in the collection. But anyway, Lucario looking pretty awesome. I like that they posed them in the box. The box is pretty standard, except for the fact that now they have the peg tags on top, which is pretty cool. I was kind of hoping that one of these, that these boxes would reveal like new figures coming out, but they're not. Still, these are Series 1, and these are considered Series 2, so I'm hoping that that means we're going to get a lot more. There we are with Lucario, and then the back. There's the barcode if you're looking for Lucario. He's, I guess, hitting targets. I'm on the East Coast, and he's here. Here's Zapdos. Can we get Moltres, please? That'll really suck if we don't get all three of them. There's his barcode. Then the same thing on the box. You get some cool Zapdos art on the side. And then, like I said, this one has this too, which, I don't know, is a good sign to me because it means that they're paying attention to it and trying to progress with this line. At least that's how I take that. So, without further ado, I'm extremely excited to pop these guys open, so let's go ahead and do just that. Getting these out of the package, Jazware did not disappoint and hit it out of the park on both of these yet again. I don't even know which one I like more. I thought that this Zapdos would be like a super basic figure, and it's not. There are things in this that I didn't know were going to be here that I'm so pleasantly surprised that they are. And as far as Lucario goes, of course, I think he's a little big, which is the biggest problem with this line, in my opinion, is the scale is just all over the place. But he makes up for it in just fun factor. And everything that I would have wanted in this figure is here. So, I mean, yeah, they are pretty damn awesome. So I kind of like them both equally, and you'll see at the ratings at the end. But we're going to go ahead and start with Zapdos because I think there's a little less to talk about with him, but not by much. Taking a look at the head sculpt here, it's just awesome. It's so accurate. It's like a soft beak. It could be it's a little warped from my package, but it's not too bad. And then you get the wings, which are painted super crisp and clean. I really like the way that they are painted. And, there's not a lot of paint to speak of on this guy. You like the little brown parts on the top of his legs. All the tootsies are painted nicely. And then you do get his tail, which is a separate piece. But then what I thought was really smart was that they put the peg hole on the inside, because that doesn't really change what you can do with it. If you want him leaning forward, he can do that. Just lean it back. If you want him up higher, doing Moltres or fighting Moltres or something. If we ever get a Moltres, that you can do that. It just looks so awesome. Oh my god. It just looks so awesome. I don't like that. Definitely going to get some acetone, wipe that off because it's in a terrible spot. But yeah, the stand is the same one that we get with every figure, which is fine, especially for somebody like Zapdos that needs a stand. Totally works. But yeah, the paint that is there is very crisp and clean. The sculpt is so sharp, especially on Zapdos. So very much like it. As far as articulation goes, that's where I was blown away with this guy. You get a ball peg and a hinge here. And you can swivel and pivot a little bit. But then you get a hinge at the base of the neck too. So you can get him to look directly forward and it not be ugly anywhere. That's amazing. The wings hinge, which is all I would want and expect. I literally said that in my video before they revealed this guy, that's what I would want. You get a swivel and a hinge at the thigh, which is nice. You do get a hinge at the, elbow, and then the hinge at the footsie, and then the toes all move, so you can get them to flip. You can get the bird to flip the bird if you really want to. which is kind of cool, which is actually really cool that they're all super articulated. I like that, and that's pretty much it. There's no swivel at the tail, but it doesn't need it. It would look the same in all positions anyway, so that is such a well-done scheme of articulation for a design that doesn't necessarily lend itself to an articulated action figure. Jazwares was still able to pull it off beautifully. As far as Lucario goes, I think the sculpt is awesome. I think the head kind of looks a little big. I don't know. I would have liked a different expression for him too. But the back, like the dread things, look nice. The paint is very crisp and clean. Lance, if you're watching, I know this is like your guy, him and Gengar. So I hope you find this one because I know you're going to be looking for it because it is awesome. The paint is great. The sculpt is super crisp. These are sculpted on this one for some reason, the licensing, which kind of bugs me, and the peg hole there kind of bugs me too, but not too much. The bottom of the feet are painted. The little pink paws, like the pads, I like that a lot. He looks great. Like he just, I don't know what else to say other than that they look awesome. Yeah, as you can see by the side butthole thing, he does have a peg or stand as well, so you can get him in the like dynamic poses, doing some shit, fucking shit up as Lucario does because he's Lucario and he's a badass. So that is really, really cool. But my favorite part is definitely the articulation. He is just so much fun to play around with. The head will look up on a hinge that far down, swivel, so pretty good articulation there. A little bit of pivot. The shoulders move upwards, down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that work great. No swivel at the wrist, which is a little odd because they made it so that it doesn't do that. I don't know why they sculpted it like that. Like, that's a little weird, but you don't really need it to. And it'll hinge back and forth. Then you get a little crunch, which definitely is better to arc back, or it's better arcing back than forward. Swivel, hips move outwards that far. He will kick forward this far, and it'll go out to the side, but then the swivel up here eliminates that. You get a swivel, you get a hinge at this part. I don't know what this is, Pokemon anatomy. You get another swivel down here at this line, and then you get a hinge there. That'll rotate. You get a hinge here at the paw, like the toes, and then that'll kind of pivot. So if you need them to get around, it will do so. There's nothing on this that I wish was here that isn't. Like, it's... Oh, and my favorite part, big ball joint at the tail, so you can get them to do whatever you want. Beautiful ball joints at the tails, that's what I'm saying, people. So, yeah, this... Come on now. Stop playing with me. This shit is too heat. As far as scale goes, obviously, it's not, like, super good. This is with a 6-inch figure, but I think I don't even know what the scale is supposed to be. It doesn't look terrible next to that. Zapdos is way too small. Here they are next to Silly Kong, and then the Dark Knight Returns Batman. He also looks good next to a 7-inch scale figure, so I don't know. Like, I don't think Lucario is the problem. I think, like, Zapdos would be more the problem. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. I just think that Lucario is a little too big, and Zapdos a little too small, but... My Pokemon collection is growing so much that I don't care anymore. I just want Pokemon on the shelf. So, and if this is if scaling is the only issue out of everything, I'll take it. So while I know some of you might be wondering, but it shouldn't be any surprise as to what I'm thinking of these figures, I gotta say, they are so awesome. Like, they are so awesome. The articulation, the sculpt, the paint. Accessories will be cool, like effect parts for each of them, some lightning effects for Zapdos, some like fighting clear effects for Lucario. That would be awesome. But even not with those, these are still amazing figures. And only for $20. We get a brand new sculpt, great paint, great articulation. Like I keep saying, scale is the only problem I have with these. Because some of them scale with like their other Pokemon line, some of them don't. Like, I think the biggest offenders so far have been Lucario and Greninja. Like, those two piss me off more than anything because I think they should be a little bit smaller. But anyway, that is all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I post a lot on there and I have a lot of fun, and I'm sure you all will too. These guys are solid 10 out of 10. No questions asked, guys. Go pick them up. But as always, let me know if you will. You coppin', let me know. See you guys in the next one.